How's it going, everybody? Welcome to We Do Tech, and also to another tech news video where I go over the latest news that happened in the tech world, keep you guys up to date on everything. So starting off with our first topic, we have mentioned the Ryzen 7 5800X 3D quite a few times on the tech news video so far. But today we have our first benchmark game, and it was against none other than the reigning king, the i9-12900KS. Intel's top of the range CPU. The game that was benchmarked was the Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and the 5800X 3D had an average frame rate of 231 FPS, while the i9-12900K and the KS had 190 FPS and 200 FPS. Therefore, it means that the 5800X3D beat the 12900K by 22% and the 12900KS by 16%. Now, that's not all. What actually makes it more impressive is that the systems used by the i9 was paired up with a 3090 Ti, whereas the AMD system was paired up with a 3080 Ti. It is worth mentioning that Shadow of the Tomb Raider prefers higher memory speed, and the AMD system was a huge advantage with the massive L3 cache it has. But of course, this was only in a single game and not the perfect combination of system to system, so we'll have to wait and see, but this is at least a little bit more information on how the 5800X3D is going to perform and if it's actually going to be a better buy, because if I remember right, it's also a bit more expensive than the i9-12900KS. So hopefully soon we'll actually see some more benchmarks being released. And then next up, the long-awaited Intel Arc GPUs are not here yet, unfortunately. Now, the mobile series was supposed to be a launch already. It seems that the release date has been pushed back yet again. The entry-level Arc 3 mobile GPUs are officially available, but it doesn't seem like anybody actually has them on hand yet. Also, there was a listed Acer Swift X laptop with an Arc GPU that was supposedly be available from the 25th of May, but has since then been pushed back to the 13th of June. Even worse is that there was a Samsung Book 2 Pro that was supposed to be one of the first laptops to feature the Arc 3 GPUs, but users have since then reported that it doesn't actually have an Arc GPU at all. Instead, the Arc GPU is just a listed additional option on the Samsung website. So just kind of clickbaiting there for you to get all excited. But some reports still say that it's going to be somewhere in April. We're already in April now, so we'll see if that's actually going to happen or not. Now, it isn't going to make a big dent in the gaming market, really, especially because it's more entry-level GPUs and a mobile at that. So PC gamers will still gonna have to wait and see, but maybe later on it could make a bigger difference. We'll have to wait and see. And then next up, ASRock has partnered up with the well-known overclocker in the overclocking community, Splave, and has broken 6 world records with the new Z690 Aqua OC motherboard. The board was paired up with the i9-12900KS and has since then also took 9 first places. The records are available on the HWBot website. If you want to check it out, we'll leave a link in the video description for that as well. But included in the records was a Cinebench 2003 world record of 12,777, Cinebench R23 a single core world record with 2,820, Geekbench Forward also with a score of 100,675, and also the list goes on. There's quite a few again. So it does seem like the Z690 Aqua OC is pretty decent board, but of course you will need to water cool it entirely and put it through its paces and know how to overclock your CPU to the max. So if you're into that scene, then there's a board for you to check out. Now, Amazon is yet again in trouble, and it seems like they just don't really care about their employees that much. We've known about this for a while, but this time around, the wholesale and department store union filed objections against Amazon to the National Labor Relations Board. They stated that Amazon has yet again interfered with their elections in Bessemer, Alabama. Hopefully I pronounced it right. They also stated in a press release that Amazon threatened an employee with a plant closure if the union was voted in, stopped employees from posting pro-union literature, and engage in surveillance and or create the impression of surveillance of employees engage in protected concerted activities. So essentially Amazon is trying to stop the workers from joining a union, and I know a lot of big companies don't really like that because there's could be a lot of issues, but for majority workers, a union is pretty handy. So we already know this. Again, Amazon isn't really the best place to work at in the lower levels, I believe. But again, all of this is kind of up to the employees where they want to work at, but it's always not that clear. We're gonna leave it at that, so I'm not gonna get into that entirely, but yeah, we know how Amazon works. Let's just leave it at that. And then next up, the Metaverse is something that we have heard quite a lot about, but I don't think a lot of us really know that much about it. But we do know that Lego and Epic have partnered up to create a Lego-based Metaverse for kids mainly. I'm gonna say I'm still a kid then, because I definitely want to check that out. Now it seems that this move is to take on the very popular Minecraft and Roblox games that will most likely have their own Metaverse versions in the future. Tim Sweeney from Epic said the Lego group has captivated the imagination of children and adults through creative play for nearly a century, and we are excited to come together to build a space in the Metaverse that's fun, entertaining, and made for kids and families. So what do you guys say about that? Are you going to join the Lego Metaverse as well? Something that I'll definitely actually want to check out. I think Lego is a game you can play whether you're a couple of years old or if you're 80. You most likely played with Legos. So something that I'll definitely check out. I mean, the new Lego Star Wars just came out as well. Haven't played it, but I'd give it a go. I won't mind. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about Metaverse and if Lego Metaverse is something that you'd like to check out. I think it's pretty cool. Now, staying on the topic of the Metaverse, Meta has a plan to introduce a virtual coin or token or currency, whatever you want to call it, into the Metaverse. Now, this is not a blockchain-based technology like their failed crypto Libra and Diem from Facebook. Dead company also almost. Instead, this will work like in-game currencies like V-Bucks or WoW Gold or so on. And it's rumored that these currencies will be called ZuckBucks. Seems like the Lizard Lord couldn't conquer the Earth, so it's going to make its own universe to rule over now. But they're gonna have their own coins also with a lizard face on them. I don't know if this is an April Fool's thing. It wasn't posted on April Fool's on the 1st of April, but it definitely sounds like it is. More like ZuckBucks. But yeah, we'll leave it at that. Let Meta, Facebook do whatever they want. I don't think it's going to catch on that much, but they can do their stuff. We'll leave it at that. And then next up, a big company that has been in hot waters a lot recently is again, of course, Activision Blizzard. Well, it seems like the acquisition from Microsoft has been a positive impact on them, as they have now employed 1,100 part-time employees to full-time, with a $20 per hour wage as well. This is one of the things that was protested previously on. Obviously, now the employees also get other benefits like bonuses and other perks being full-time employees. So definitely a good move on Activision Blizzard, and I do hope that other companies learn from this experience as well, Amazon, so that they can actually keep employees happy and also not drink on the job, which apparently happened quite a lot at Activision Blizzard in work hours. So hopefully this sorts them out a bit. And then lastly, just as GPU prices seem to be stabilizing, another roadblock seems to have popped up, as the world's biggest chip makers are trying hard to expand. Equipment makers in the semiconductor industry have been reluctant to increase capacity. And even if they did increase capacity, the ongoing shortage of essential materials and components would limit them majorly in delivering more equipment on time. The main concern is creating a machine called a lithograph machine. All right, so a single machine consists of over 100,000 components, makes use of over 80 suppliers worldwide, and also costs upwards of $200 million to make. It also seems that we might be sitting with even a bigger problem than we thought actually. Again, it's not just one section that's actually feeling all of the pain. It's everywhere. Luckily, the market is slowly easing, but I doubt it will go back to normal completely soon. It's gonna take quite a while. But we are slowly getting there. Very slow paced getting there. But we'll see. Hopefully it can decrease prices even more sooner than later, and hopefully with Intel getting in the market as well, GPUs wise, that could also help out a bit. But we'll see. But there's also only so much under parts of a GPU available, so that also limits quite a bit. But anyway, that's pretty much it for our news. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, and comment like always. Also, check out the links in the video description if you want to follow any of the topics that we talked about. And I'll definitely check you guys again on a Monday with another tech news video. Cheers, guys.